Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's video, as you can see on the thumbnail, I'm gonna be showing you how to start applying your acrylic from zero. This video is especially if you are beginner, so I hope you stay into the end and watch the entire video. So now let's go ahead and grab our e-file, and we wanna be grabbing our sandy pen. Remember, always when we wanna file our natural nail, we had to grab a fine grain and never use a medium or large grain because you can hurt the natural nail. So as you can see, I'm already have my sandy pen, and I'm gonna be having around 3000 RPMs. And slowly I'm gonna go ahead and start removing the shine of the nail. Remember, it's really important to don't file the nail. We don't want to file the nail. We don't want to file the nail. We just want to remove the shiny of the nail and remove all those oils that our nail natural create. So after that, we want to be doing exactly the same thing on the rest of the fingers. Remember always to go really close to the cuticle area. Of course, be gentle and always be careful to don't hurt your client. It's really important to always keep an eye. Now let's go ahead and apply our tips. The tips that I'm using today are from Nail Polish, and those are the Universe tips. They're super good quality, and I highly recommend because you can use it of many ways. So I'm gonna be using this. My tip here for you is always try to always pick the right size of tip for the nail that you want to work on it. Always you have to make sure that the tip that you want to be applying fits perfectly into the natural nail that we want to be working on it. This is really important if you want to have the best results ever. So always keep this keep this in mind, and never put a too small or too big tip. This is also another crucial step that you have to pay attention a lot, and also be careful with those tips. Always make sure the tip fits perfectly into the nails of your client or anywhere that you are practicing. So this is one tip that I highly recommend for you if you want to have the best results ever. After that, we want to go ahead and grab our scissors, and we want to be cutting the tips. And this occasion, I'm going to leave it on the size medium, so I don't want to be cutting too much because I want you to see exactly what I'm going to do when I'm ready to apply our acrylic. After that, I'm going to be grabbing my hand file from Tommy Taylor that you can find it on Amazon. They're super good, they're super affordable, and as you always hear me mention on all my videos, it's one of my favorite files because it uses the best file that you can find out there, so I highly recommend. Then after that, we want to be grabbing our e-file again, and we want to start filing the little bump that we can see when we apply our tip on our natural nail. We want to be filing. We don't want to leave it like this. We just basically want the tip don't be visible, so always make sure to always do the step and never skip it. And of course, as I mentioned before, we don't want to be filing our natural nail. We just want to be filing a little bit the tip just to blend it into our natural nail, and that's all. We don't have to file our natural nail. Really important, and always be so gentle and careful. Moving on, we want to be grabbing our e-file from Tommy Taylor, and we want to be filing the size of the nails. Of course, as you know, I always go ahead and file the size. Doesn't matter if the tips are already on the shape, or doesn't matter if you see that your tips already have the shape that you want. I always go ahead and grab my hand file and start filing the size of the nails. For me, it's really important to don't skip this step, and always remember to go from the right to the left, from the left to the right. This is gonna be your best friend. This way you wanna make sure to don't file more from one side than the other one. And of course, don't forget to file the tip of the nail. This is gonna save you a ton of time when we are ready to finish and apply our acrylic, because you wanna have already your shape nice and flawless. So always make sure to don't skip this step. Moving on, we want to be applying our protein bond or primer. We want to go ahead and apply a small layer of this product. This product is going to help us a lot to heal the acrylic that we want to be applying. So it's really important to don't forget the steps. This step is really important when we're talking about acrylic nails. So always go ahead and apply between 1 to 2 layers of these products. Now, for today's video, I'm gonna be using my brush that's from Push Nails, and this brush is on the size 12. I'm gonna be using this, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I grab my bits of acrylic. I'm gonna let you watch the whole process, and I wanna try to explain you just a little bit, because as you can see, as you can hear, my English is not the best, but I try hard to explain you. So basically, we want to go ahead and grab our large bit of acrylic. I'm going to be dipping my brush into my monometer. After that, I'm going to be tapping 3 times into my powder. And now we have our large bit of acrylic. Now, we want to go ahead and repeat exactly the same process. We want to go ahead and dip our brush into our monometer. After that, we want to be tapping 3 times into our powder, and now you have your large bit of acrylic. Now, moving on, we want to go ahead and start with our medium bit of acrylic. For this process, we want to go ahead and dip our brush into our dipping dish, and we want to remove basically from the middle of the brush the product. After that, we want to go ahead and go to the powder, we want to be tapping 2 times into the powder. And now we have our medium bit of acrylic. We want to go ahead and do exactly the same process. As you can see here, I'm dipping my brush into my monometer. After that, turn your brush and dip 2 times, tap 2 times into the powder. It's really important that when you doing this step, pay attention when what are you doing. This is gonna help you a lot to memorize the sizes of the acrylic, or how many times you need to dip your brush into your monometer or your powder. This is really important step, and this is gonna help you a ton. Also, another thing Also, another thing that's gonna depend a lot of the size of your beads is gonna be the size of your brush. Of course, if you have size 12 or size 14 or size 8 or size 6 of brush, you wanna have different size of beads. As I say, this one is gonna be depend a lot on the size of your brush, the size of your bead that you wanna be grabbing. Now we wanna go ahead and do exactly the same process, and we're gonna be grabbing between 2 to 3 beads of acrylic depending the size or the length of your nails. Also, this one is another fact that you have to always pay attention and eyeball the size of the nails that you're gonna be doing is gonna be depending the size of the bead that you're gonna be grabbing. This is really important that you always eyeball the size of the nail that you're working on it, and also the length of the nail that you're working on it. This is gonna help you a ton when we're talking about finish quick or taking a little bit more time, and also applying maybe 3 to 4 or even 5 bits of acrylic is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Everybody works different way. This is the way that I'm working, so I'm showing you what works for me, and I hope they can help you a ton. As you can see here, I'm doing exactly the same thing. I'm gonna be applying my second bit of acrylic, and this size is medium, and this is gonna help me to cover completely my whole pinky nail. And as you can see, I'm always as you can see, I'm always holding my finger downwards. This is gonna help me with the gravity, and also it's gonna help me where the product don't run into the size of the nails. Or another tip that I'm gonna give you is really important is always clean your brush constantly. This way you wanna prevent to the acrylic dry into your brush, and this is gonna help you a ton when we're talking about brushing or applying your acrylic. This is really important to don't skip this step. Another thing that I'm gonna mention that been helping me a lot is always keep cleaning the size of your nails. This also gonna help you to save a lot of time when you are ready to file your nails, because you don't wanna be filing too much. And always try to don't move too much your acrylic. It's another thing that I feel like when we are beginners, we wanna move too much the acrylic, but I think it's one of the mistakes that we making, because if you're working with a good products as it is Cat Sky, Young Nails, Nail Polish, when you're working with good products, your life is gonna be more easy, and I'm sure you're gonna be finished so quick. So after that, as you can see, I'm gonna be applying my second bit of acrylic closer to the cuticle area without touching the skin. This is really important step also. This is gonna help you to prevent liftings too quick, and of course you don't want liftings on the first or second week, because the client is gonna be pissed. So always make sure to take care of those small steps that I mentioned to you right now, and you're ready to go. I'm gonna let you watch the rest of the process, and I will be back with you.
This is for my day ones. Don't forget the ones I made ya. Deep side sweating out flavor. This is for my day ones. Day one. Showed up. Day one before the glow up. Don't need ask for them show love. Don't need ask for them show love. Show love. Izquierda pa' derecha, dale bien pa' acá. Yo quiero que tú bailes, dale sin parar. Todo mundo, hey, quiero vacilar. Shake it, bake it, take it, and I'll throw it right back. Ooh, take it back to when nobody used to know me. Let's tell them I was just chilling with my homies. Now that we're popping, everybody is talking. This is for my day ones. Don't forget the ones that made ya. Deep side sweating out flavor.
Moving on, we want to be grabbing again our hand file, and we want to be filing the size of the nails, and again we want to go from the right to the left, from the left to the right. You don't want to be filing more one side than the other one. This is really important to pay attention, and also hold your file nice and straight. This is gonna help you to have the best result ever. Trust me when I tell you this, is because it works for me, so hopefully it works for you as well.
This is for my day one, day one. Izquierda pa' derecha, dale bien pa' acá. Yo quiero que tú bailes, dale sin parar. Todo mundo hey, quiero vacilar. Shake it, and I'll throw it right back.
Now I'm gonna go ahead and grab my e-file from Cat Sky, and along with that I'm using my bead that's the medium grip, and I'm gonna be filing the size of the nails, and of course I'm gonna go ahead and go closer to the cuticle area. This bead is gonna help me a lot, and it's one of my favorites because they're gonna help you to clean this area perfectly, and of course they're gonna help you to remove any excess of acrylic. And if you have any, let's say if you have too much acrylic on one side and the other one, this one is the perfect bead to remove this acrylic. But as you can see, I don't have any excess of acrylic or any of the size of my nails. My nails basically are perfect. I just need to file it and make sure that everything is nice and flawless and perfect, and that's it. Pretty much we want to be doing exactly the same thing in all our nails. I'm gonna let you watch the rest of the process, and I'll be back with you.
You and me, we staying out so late, spending all the money that we make on cheap vodka and big lemonade. We go hard at making big mistakes. They say we're bad for each other, but they don't know us, they don't know us. Ride or die, we gon' stick together. Ain't nobody I trust like us. Yeah, I know we're fucked up, but we're fucking amazing. We ain't gonna change it. Always behaving, don't care if they hate it. I know we're fucked up, but we're fucking amazing. And we're nothing like them. Always behaving, don't care if they hate it. I know we're fucked up, but you and me, we running down the street. Yeah, we're just as reckless as we seem. I'll bail you out every day, take all your secrets to my grave. You and me against everything. They say we're bad for each other, but they don't know us, they don't know us. Ride or die, we gon' stick together. Ain't nobody I trust like us. Yeah, I know we're fucked up, but we're fucking amazing. We ain't gonna change it. Always behaving, don't care if they hate it. I know we're fucked up, but we're fucking amazing. And we're nothing like them. Always behaving, don't care if they hate it. I know we're fucked up.
Moving on with our next step is gonna be cleaning our nails really good, because we're gonna be applying our toe coat. In this occasion, I'm gonna be applying Mia's Secret toe coat. and I'm gonna go ahead and cure into the lamp for 2 minutes. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. That basically concludes that video. How you like it, I hope you learn a ton. And then if I help you with something, please leave your comment down below, give a thumbs up, and of course hit the bell notification. This way YouTube is gonna send you a notification every time that I upload a video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.
When we go hard, yeah we go hard. When we go hard, yeah we go hard. When we go hard, yeah we go hard. Yeah, I know it's so fucked up, but